Well, he's right behind me. Now he's here.
We have Jason David Frank here.
You guys know him as the Green Power Ranger, everybody! So he's feeling it.
Do a little video, all right? You guys will be part of my video. All right, finally in Hamilton, Canada. Just want to say what's up to everybody. Hamilton Comic-Con. Thank you. That was excellent, guys.
So, guys, what we're gonna do? We're gonna try to do this in a as organized fashion as we can. We're gonna welcome him to Hamilton. We're gonna take some questions, guys. If you're close, I'll kind of pass you the mic. If not, if you're in the back, yell it to me. I'll repeat it to him and for the entire audience to hear. So we're gonna start on this side over here, guys.
All right. Does anybody over here have any questions?
First, wait.
Oh.
Let me talk a little bit here to save you guys some questions.
All right.
All right. Thanks. First of all, my name is Jason David Frank. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it. Couple things before you guys ask questions I can help y'all. Lots of y'all gonna ask questions about. I sound like I'm from Texas, darn it. A lot of you guys are probably gonna ask questions about the movie. I know some of you guys have questions. I don't know too much about the movie right now. There are certain articles all over the place. Don't believe what you read. Let's just all see what happens in March 2017 when the Power Ranger movie is released. With that said, too, I have My Morphin Life already filmed season 4. That's going to go back to YouTube because it's kind of hard for international links and stuff like that on Con-TV. And it was just announced yesterday that I'm playing Bloodshot in the new Valiant series that they're shooting, which is really exciting. Which is actually the first. I didn't know they were going to put it yesterday, to promote it yesterday, so this is actually the first Q&A that I could talk a little bit about it, not too much still because we're releasing it in New York Comic Con with a pretty huge cast. So I'm a little limited to what I can talk about, but you can ask questions about that as well. And that's why I just wanted to do a little introduction before we get started to that. And thank you for having me here. This is the first time at Hamilton Comic Con, and very excited. And these guys sure know how to take care of fans. Chris, the promoter's a friend of mine, and I went to Niagara Falls several years ago. I forgot how long ago. Three? Had a little issues with Canada back in the days, just for a few border stuff. But it's all worked out now, so I'm here, and I'm excited about it.
All right.
All right. So we had a question over on this side. You can come on.
I feel like this guy might be a fan.
I was just wondering, in the movie you say white tiger, like as a morph, but you never did it again. Like, it's been bugging me for years.
You know, and now you're gonna bug me for years because I never realized that till right now. And I'm wondering myself why too. So in the movie I said White Tiger Zord, and on the TV series Tiger Zord. I think we're trying to make it clear that I was white. So
inclusive, very inclusive. I'll take one over on this side, guys. All right.
A question. A lot of the other actors have said you were the biggest prankster on the show. Who was your favorite person to prank and why?
Who's my favorite person to prank? Let's see. See if Dave's available to talk.
Fly in the sandwich.
Oh gosh, too bad he knew about that.
He already does.
I know, I said too bad he knew about that. Let's see what he says, where he's at. Dave goes, we're good friends, always talk to each other. What I like about Dave and Johnny, I talk to Johnny all the time too, is that we just talk about whatever. You know, we're just like friends. Like we don't really care if I'm over here and he's over there, and there's no pressure of like, hey, when are we gonna come together? It's like our schedules are just super crazy. You know, there's a lot of times I travel alone, there's a lot of times I travel with other people, and then I have 90 other Rangers calling me and asking me how come. The simple point that I like about, let me see, I'll tell them 5 minutes. And then you can record me talking to Dave in the crowd, then I can give it to him for his, I was saying, you know, 5-6 years ago, I was doing these cons pretty much alone when Comic Cons didn't exist. And as you can see, everyone's thinking like, whoa, Comic Cons, this is a big thing, and everyone's doing Comic Cons now. I've been loyal to the brand from day one. I went back to Dino Thunder when everyone said Power Rangers. Yeah, but back then everyone said, oh, Power Rangers still exists? And I was like, yeah, man. So I went through all the trials of the Power Rangers, and I was loyal to the brand. I went back to Super Mega Force not knowing that they're doing a Power Ranger movie. I turned the Dark Power Ranger movie down when that director called and said, hey, please do this, which was his skill on the fan film was great movie maker. It just was a little too bloody. For Power Rangers, for the Power Rangers, Tommy, Bloodshot, I could shoot people and cut people up, but that's Bloodshot. But I mean, as far as Power Rangers, it was a little too violent for me, so I said no to that. And then the movie came out, and then all this other stuff, and Saban realized, hey, I'm so loyal to them, going through the ups and the downs. And as you can see now, like, everybody's doing Comic-Cons now. You're like, wow, And it's cool, but I still do these things for fun. You can either get stuff at the table or you don't. I want to make people happy. I don't charge for the Q&As. I certainly don't get a fee coming here. I refuse that because I don't want to feel forced to be here. And I think the promoters realize that, and I realize I can do what I want. No promoter is going to get mad at me for giving a free picture or doing whatever I want to do. So that's the first thing. So with Dave Yost was probably the funniest guy to prank, but I don't want to talk about the sandwich with him, but let's see what he talks about. Let's give him a call. Let me call him first before he says something on the speaker.
An exclusive Hamilton Comic-Con phone call, guys. Give it up for that, right? Yeah, feeling it.
And I'm hoping I can get the reception, because it does show me that I have full bars. It is ringing.
We're by the airport, we should be fine.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know.
I got a lot of people here in Hamilton, like a full bunch of people. So just put you on speaker real quick. Say hi to Dave Yost, everybody. Dave, I'm also recording this for you, but I was just telling people that we're good friends and I love working with you. Does anybody have a question for Mr. David Yost? First, Dave, say hi to everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope you're having a good time with Frank in Hamilton at Hamilton Comic-Con, which I was there.
Yeah. We definitely wish you were here too. I know you were here the first year. Maybe we can do something, because I love doing shows with you and stuff like that. But anybody have one specific question? Because he's a busy man, he's got to go.
Very quickly, anyone?
Anybody? Yes.
I guess yell it.
You're gonna have to yell it.
Oh.
Well, thank you. He said he's a huge fan of us, Dave.
Well, that's very nice then.
Not really a question, but that's good.
Not really a question, but anyway, guys,
shoot.
I'm not too sure. I'll answer that question in just a second. But anyway, Dave, say goodbye to everybody.
All right, bye. You guys have a good day.
All right. Thank you, guys. David Yost, everybody.
David Yost at a Hamilton Comic-Con phone call. All right. Something to do with a Bruce Lee, something.
All right. Guys, I said ask questions for David Yost. He's on the phone, and you asked me questions about Tommy, and you asked me questions about Tommy. Man, he's trying to get David some questions. All right. So, your question was just more of a statement. You had a question if Lord Zed created Bruce Lee, if I was Bruce Lee Urkel. Why don't we give him a microphone? What,
Yeah.
Man, Francis, what is it?
He said if Lord said created a monster, the only person you haven't been able to beat was Urkel.
Oh, yeah, Urkel beat me up. I got you. Bruce Lee Urkel. I got what you're saying. We're skipping genres. We're going from Power Rangers to Family Matters. All right, I understand now.
It's a Comic-Con crossover, guys.
The crossover, the mashup.
We're going to take a question from this side if you want to take one.
If one of you guys want to come on up.
Yeah, don't, okay.
Hi there. With the recent UFC fight involving CM Punk, have you gotten a response from him yet?
No, I didn't. I haven't got a response to CM Punk. Man, that is, it would have been a better fight with me and him. It probably would have went down the same way, but at least it would have been like, no, it would have. I know it would have, but at least it would have been cool for the genre. I would have stretched it out a little bit, you know, like, come on, get up. Okay, cool. But, oh, you know, but give the fans a little bit more excitement because I know I would win. But the thing is, everyone's saying that they're proud of them for going into it. I say I am too, but you got to start from the bottom where you belong. Amateur fighting first. I fought amateur fighting. I'm no better than anyone else. You got to work your way up the ladder, and that's what you need to do in life. You're never too good to, you know. I tell everyone, hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. If you have to work at like wherever you have to work, you know, if you have to like be a poop scooper or work at McDonald's, I tell you what, if I was a poop scooper, I'm gonna be the best in the business. I'll probably hire people to pick up the poop, and I don't need to pick up the poop. That's the way that I'll do it. But you got to start somewhere. Sometimes people think they're too good to do something, and I'm not like that. My philosophy is you're never better than anyone else. That's why Instagram and Facebook and everything else, I don't hide the fact that I have emotions. Instagram is always perfect, but you know, we all have issues and we all have problems. And if we say we don't, we're probably lying. Yes, I'm a follower in God. Yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, I've sinned. Yes, we sin every single day. That's what I like being real, that we're trying to be better. It's a transformation and trying to be better and not perfect, but it's, you know, you're just working it. And I deal with, you know, a lot of things, my mind, different ADD, all that other stuff. So I try to be real with people and try not to sit up here and think that I'm better than everyone else. And now that y'all growing up, I put my Green Ranger suit on just like you, one leg at a time. I don't just morph into the suit. It's a struggle, and it's the Comic-Con cosplay struggle that we all go through. So I just say start your way from the bottom and work your way to the top like everyone else. Don't think you're better and just go to the top, because if you do, it's exactly what's going to happen to him. That's all.
So positive message here at Hamilton Comic-Con. You can either come up or yell or...
Doing good.
Just wondering, on the same subject, will we be expecting to see you fight anytime soon? And also, is it true you just got a promotion to 7th degree, or is that something that was just coming? I think I caught the end of your...
Yeah, I'm gonna be up for my 8th degree pretty soon, but I upped all my current instructors that have been with me. Just wanted to up them in rank a little bit. They've been with me for a very long time. They do really great with the schools, and it's an honor to bring people up in rank, but you also know that you get a little older when you have like 5th degrees coming up underneath you. So I moved them all up, and I'll be up in coming up in rank 2. And trust me, I got a lot of texts on here from Bellator matchmakers and other people that would probably be smart enough to take a fight like that. I still would love to fight CM Punk. I think it would be fun, but there's other people out there as well. And I'm not looking to go out there and be like, I've already have 7 fights. I've never lost. I don't want to know what it feels like to lose. But you know, sometimes you do. And when you do, you fall and pick yourself right back up and keep striving to be the best you can. You know, especially in the fighting industry, there's something that's UFC, you strive, you want to be there as a fighter. You know, you have 40 fights, 40 amateur, and so UFC is one of those things that's like, wow, that's something I strive to be, not just going in with nothing and no experience and stuff. So there's other places out there like Bellator and other places in Japan. I'm talking to a few, just for fun. I like doing things for fun. If it's not fun for me anymore, then I don't want to go, and I don't want to do it. That's why when promoters ask me to come, I don't want to get paid the parents' fee, because it becomes work. I don't want to work. I want to still try to have fun at Comic-Cons, and I really do. That's why I like, you know, the cosplay. First of all, I give it up to all the cosplayers. Give them a big hand for dressing up. Dressing up. Looking good. You might not want to, but you know, you look at cosplayers and be like, oh yeah, there's Spider-Man. I wonder what he is. They make it fun and interesting, and they sacrifice themselves by sometimes, you know, wearing helmets all around, or really, you know, putting it on for everyone else, especially for the little kids. There was a Batman behind me the other day at the hotel checking in, and the little kid's like, whoa, Batman, can I take a picture with him? And you know, so it's cool that you can come up, dress up, and take pictures for little kids. And I did a school the other day called the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta. And I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, those kids went nuts. It felt like I went back 20 years ago. I came out in the 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, and the 8th graders almost knocked me over by just flooding me like, whoa, and I was like, wow, little kids are watching the show. We have generations after generations because the parents are training them, hey, this is what's the best, you know? Shut up, sit down, and watch it. And then they like it.
And that's the best kind of parenting. Yeah, Newt.
Question, have you ever dressed up at a Comic-Con with like the Power Ranger gear and brought them out?
No, we were gonna do that for an episode of My Morphin Life. I do have a full Spider-Man suit here that, you know, I was thinking about it walking around, so the next time you see a Spider-Man, you'll be like, JDF? No, it's not. Never know. I want to do that for an episode of My Morphin Life, you know, and we're just trying to figure out how we can do that without like having camera crews around and stuff like that, but I still would like to do that one day. But I have walked around Comic-Cons before out of costume and before the show started, and some vendors don't realize that I'm over there looking or taking pictures, and you know, vendors are like, don't take a picture of that and don't touch that sword, and okay, I'll walk away and they're like, oh, that's JDF, man, let him take it. I was like, nah, I don't want to anymore. Like, I just want to be treated like everyone else. That's the way you treat everyone. It's the way you treat everyone. You know, so and sometimes I go into stores and, you know, they're putting stuff on the shelf, or I'm really big into customer service. Like, I really am. Like, I believe if you go somewhere, it's, you know, it's customer service. Like, eye contact. How are you doing today, sir? Oh, I messed up your order. Don't worry. I'm going to comp your whole order, and I'm going to give you a complimentary, you know, gift card. So next time you come back, you can enjoy dinner. We don't want to lose your business. That type of guy. And you go into places, and people are stocking shelves, and you're just being a regular guy saying, hey, where's the Gatorade? Oh, there. You know, blah, 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 blah. Then they make eye contact. Oh, hey, JDF. Oh, wow. You know, it's kind of like, man, if you did your normal job and said, how are you doing today, sir? Is there anything I can help you with? Maybe you'll realize who's standing in front of you, and it doesn't matter if it's me or someone else. It's just the point of treating people, right? And so I was a little afraid if I did dress up as the Green Ranger, I might have experienced a little bit of that. And I would have been like, take my helmet off and been like, it's really me. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. You know? So one day and I got the cool costumes you do. You know, so, but mine are too legit. That's what I'm afraid of.
We
Do you
have a
have
question
portable
from
mics or
over
no?
here.
Why don't you guys, why don't
We have a
come up?
question
Oh,
right
yeah,
here.
okay. So Mike
You guys
wasn't
have
that
some,
one.
come over here, maybe like 3 people over here.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep you wait, and then over here. Okay.
Yeah, we have a
got
question
one.
here.
Spider-Man.
Lined up.
First off, miss your long hair.
Thank you. I had long hair for the longest time, even a year ago or something like that. But he makes up. Look at his hair.
So, anyway, for the Bruce Lee Urkel episode you were in, your character's name was Skull. Was that a reference to Vulcan's skull?
I don't know, but I don't think you guys realize the guy that was the leader of the Piranhas, he was in Power Rangers. Yeah, you have to look him up. He was on Power Rangers, and he did. I think he wasn't a ranger. He played, I think maybe he played a bad ranger or someone. You'll have to look up his name on the credits and then Google him and see where. But me and him worked together before on Power Rangers, and then we actually wrote a movie together called Stick Up Boys that we never completed. So we worked together, and then Jeff Pruitt worked on that as a stunt guy. Jeff Pruitt also did all the Power Ranger stunts and things on Power Rangers. So when I went there, I was like, oh, I feel right at home, you know, working. So I don't know if it was a reference to Skull. I highly doubt it, but it was pretty cool. I liked it, you know.
I got the toy Dragon Sword at home, the one from 20 years ago, not the new one.
Yeah, not the new one, the old school one with the missing parts.
Nope, I got the whole thing.
All the parts. All right.
And I thought you were possessed by Rita again in that episode.
Yeah.
So, some of you guys can come over here too if you want to, you know, separate. Yeah, just come on over here and hang out with me. I just don't let the velvet blazer, you know, scare you.
Even though about 8 minutes left of the panel. Though,
yeah. So let's speed it up. So
Yeah.
we'll get Thor, and then you, and then whoever else.
I was just wondering, back when you were switching from Evil Green Ranger to...
I better answer it right
Tommy.
when you get smashed with a hammer.
How did you try and get in character for both aspects, the Evil Green Ranger and the Good Green Ranger?
How did I enjoy it, or how was it trained?
Try and get into character?
Evil Green was really, really easy for me. That's like with, you know, Bloodshot. he's a villain and a superhero at the same time. And you'll get to see some of my performance, I think, in Bloodshot is like, hey, there's kind of evil Tommy there a little bit. It's just, I don't know, it was just, I created Tommy kind of like myself, and being evil was pretty easy for me. And just, you know, telling Kimberly, like, you better watch, you know. It was like, finally I could be like, shut up. But in a nice way. But I could blame it. It wasn't me. Baby, I was hypnotized. I was evil. It was Rita's fault, all right? Don't hit me, please.
Anyway. Very good. I'm going to take this one over here.
Yo, hey, what's going on, Jason? What
What's
are you
up,
doing, man?
Good, buddy.
I have a question for you. So you've been doing, what's it called? You've been doing, martial arts for a very long time.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, I want to start martial arts. Where would I start?
Well, you can go, like I always say, you go to a local dojo and try to find an instructor that can really relate to you, that you can really understand, that can pass the message to you. I did a Train Me program online, which is trainmejdf.com. Real simple understanding of what martial arts is, just a supplemental tool to see if you have the discipline to train. And I started that because I used to train a kid that I didn't know if he loved it or not, but I trained a kid. He did really good, and he ended up taking his life because he dealt with depression. And his mom called and said, hey, that's the only thing that he loved was that class. And I was like, I didn't really think he did, you know, because I couldn't really read him. So I started that class and dedicated the trainmejdf.com to that kid, because it wasn't about karate, it was about connecting with himself and listening to the positive messages, and then finding a good school in your local area, you know?
Yeah. Thank you.
So, thank you. It took forever to figure out the name. Train Me JDF. I know you guys think that's not hard, but it really did. I was thinking, and I was just like, train me JDF. It was a lot of work to put into it too. So anyway.
All right. We have time for about 2 more questions, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, 2?
So I was wondering if we'll ever be seeing the Green Ranger or the White Ranger getting bad in the sun, and if other Rangers will start doing some beatdowns as well.
Bad in the Sun's been really busy full time with the Valiant program, and we're still working on closing this Green Ranger series that we're working on, like an original, you know, with Saban. That's not dead yet. The Green Ranger series that we can interact and bring others back and forth, like a Netflix type of show, as me as like Tommy now, you know. So we're still working on that, and we got a lot of projects. So I'm not too sure on that.
Okay, wonderful. Over here.
Hey, Jason, Andrew Robertson, Life at 100.3. First of all, big fan since the original days. And just have a question, well, a couple questions for you. First of all, I wanted to know how your mom's doing. My own mom passed away of cancer back in February, so I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
I've been praying for you.
Thank you.
But also just want to know, how has your faith in Christ affected your career?
I think it's blessed my career. I feel my mom's doing better as best as she can. My mom has stage 4 cancer, like pretty much, you know, pancreatic cancer, liver cancer, all that stuff. So she's doing the best she can. She's fighting. You know, we don't know what's going to happen there, but I think God has made my career better, because also my fans, accountability partners. You know, I try to be a superhero for you guys, someone to look up to. I used to drink, used to do all that stuff. I haven't in 5 years. There's things that I'm cleaning up in my life because I'm a superhero to you guys. So you don't see posts out there, me partying and doing that stuff, because I really don't. When that happens, I go home and I do social media. You know, I'm kind of like that, you know, maybe party pooper guy. But I try to be a role model, and I try to, you know, I try to count my blessings, doing good things for people that I can't remember, and that's the biggest thing for me, is that I'm not perfect, and I have one heck of a story to tell all my fans, how I grew up and, you know, what I went through and stuff like that. But I need to be completed, you know. It needs to be a good story, and it needs to be completed with God, and it's a hard task. There's things that He's kicking out of my life little by little, and struggles and challenges. So I feel blessed. I mean, out of all the Rangers, the Green Ranger to me is like the most popular, but the only reason is just because I think the passion behind the mask and the passion of getting back to y'all on social media, no admins. I try to do everything myself. That's just something that I always will do, you know? I thought you were taking a selfie of all of us back there.
Just
did you get me in it?
Just
yeah. You got me in the shot? All right, just checking. Tag me on Instagram.
One quick.
Yeah, we have time for one more question.
Hi, thanks for coming. I'm a big fan of the Green Ranger. I grew up with it. It was very inspirational. My question is about like the monsters that were on the show. Because some of them seem to be in very big like suits. Were there any particular challenges in doing martial arts with people that big? And do you have any favorite monsters on the show?
Yeah, the monster suits were hot and heavy for those guys. It was harder for them to fight than it was for us to fight, but we had an alpha stunt team, a good Japanese stunt team that were mostly really skinny and always smoked. And they would take their monster suits off, like just they would take them off, and the monster suits would just kind of hang over and they'd be behind them like smoking, sitting in the monster suits. Bouncing around, and so Saban said, no kids on set, you know, we don't want kids on set because they smoke and they got monster suits, but they're incredible with what they did. So the Pudgy the Pig, monsters like that, it was just super awkward costumes for them, but they did amazing. It seems like those guys can do anything. It's like, put this on me, I can do a flip. I don't understand how, but they do. Really good stunt people.
Guys, that's all the time we have here today. Please give it up one more time for Jason and Frank, everybody. JDF, the Green Ranger. Thank you guys so much.